Professor Nandan Sudarsanam, IIT Madras, core member of the Robert Bosch Center of Data Sciences and AI, Ph.D. from MIT. It's a big deal, and we're honored that you are an advisor to GAVS Technologies. How did this all come to be? That would be interesting to know. Was that a straight line, or
So first of all, thanks Sumit for having me here. It's been a pleasure to work with GAVS over the last almost 3 years now. Um, Even before I jump in, I just wanted to mention that we're in this phase, where data science and AI is extremely popular. Everybody's talking about it. And as an academic and someone who enjoys working with industry as well, um, it's been great to implement many of the things that we're studying at GAVS. It's particularly been fun to be with GAVS because it sounds like data science and AI is not just a buzzword and it's not like a supply push, but it's more like you really feel the benefits that some of these algorithms are giving to your product. And for that purpose, it's been great. Well, jumping to your question on how this came to be, I guess, uh, well, I don't have such a straightforward answer, right? Like this was not a trajectory that was, that I was poised to go through. I was not necessarily seen as a great student. Uh,
you would have fooled us?
no, no. So I was not bad, but I was this kind of mediocre, 70% kind of a thing, at least in the traditional education system. Right? So I went through my sciences and then engineering and so on in India. Um, but I will talk about something that's worked for me a little bit, and I say it with humility because I'm sure I got quite lucky in life. Um, but I went to this school where they did not, teach you to, do well in your exams as much. And they did not encourage rote learning, but they supported this notion of learning for the sake of learning. And I think that kind of stayed with me. And there is, of course, a downside to that, right? Which is you might not get that 2% more in your exam and be hyper competitive or whatnot, but you've actually taken things a lot deeper. You've understood them a lot more, and the education does not stop. Now, I mean, I beat up on rote learning quite a bit. I think partly because I'm just so bad at it. Uh, but either way, I do think that we see a lot of imbalance. As a teacher, I see a lot of imbalance where this form of mugging and purely deductive thinking skills are celebrated. You have a system that encourages that to the point where I feel like and I think I'm repeating something that I heard from even one of my professors at MIT. One of the scariest things you can give a student is an empty sheet of paper and a slightly open-ended problem. We're so used to this, then the blanks. I'll mention 4 variables, figure out the fifth variable. Kind of problem solving, which is like giving toy problems where one piece is the missing link in it. And that's great. That promotes deductive thinking. But I am also reminded of this I think framework, and I might be wrong on this one, but I think it was George Box, the renowned statistician, where he shows this iteration between inductive and deductive thinking, leading to kind of effective problem solving and learning. And I think the imbalance towards deductive thinking is partly what has kind of contributed towards being less effective. And I think for me, just the fact that growing up, what was valued was this kind of broader picture.